Because I think what you say the most about this, that you were ignorant. And we were talking with one of our friends from America yesterday, and that's the word that you used when you were describing your time in Croatia, that you were ignorant. And so what would you say are like the things that you were the most ignorant about?
So I've traveled a lot in my life, so I just assumed that my traveling experiences would be similar to my experiences of living abroad. But they're two separate things. When you travel to a place, you're in vacation mode. You don't see the real life things that a person who lives there goes through. You see like the tourist side of things, right?
True.
In this case, I was ignorant about what real life would look like here, and more importantly, how hard it would be when you don't speak the language.
Gosh.
I did not understand how hard it would be to pick up the language. You know, people always tell you like, "Oh, well, if you live abroad and if you're immersed in the culture and in the language, you can pick it up in like 6 months." Like I've always heard that. And I was like, oh, perfect. I'm going to live there in 6 months. I'm going to be fluent in Croatian and it's going to be great. And we've been here for what? It's almost been 6 months, has it not? Since
We
May?
came since May. Yeah, almost 6 months.
And I literally know absolutely nothing. The only things that I know are the kid words from hanging around like your nephew or some of like your friends' kids.
Yeah. You do know a couple of dishes, a couple of cakes. You know how to say hi, I'm Kayla.
Yeah, but where's it gonna get me?
Yeah. We're trying to find you a tutor,
Yeah, we are.
but it's so expensive and it's so time consuming
Time-consuming.
too. Like we found this amazing school, but it's a full on school, 4 or 5 hours a day. It's a lot.
It is. I need to email them and see. But yeah, so like you said, the ignorant part I think was just when it comes to the language, how I would feel so lost. And we were talking about it. I think I've almost regressed a little bit. That means like when you go back
Okay.
in a way. So instead of growing, I feel like I've regressed because I was such an independent person back in the States. I had my routine. I knew my stores, my things. Of course, I'm from America, so it's my home.
Yeah.
And being here in this season during marriage, I feel like I am so dependent on you.
Yeah.
I don't do anything on my own. And I think I honestly have fear with a lot of things because when I am in instances where you're not around there to protect me, I have fear. I'm like, I don't know how to communicate. I don't know anything. I feel like I'm a nuisance to people, like I don't belong. So it's brought up a lot of things emotionally that again I was ignorant to. I thought I would just come here and be like the same old me, but realizing how hard it would be to learn the language almost made me retreat like under your shadows. Like I feel safe with
true.
you because you're from here and you speak Croatian and this is your land, that I've just gotten used to being in your shadows and I've stopped being like the independent me
Yeah. Yeah.
because it scares me.
What would you say, like talking about all of these things that you're talking, and obviously the season of your life being so different, what what is the Lord teaching you or doing in your heart through all of the uncomfortable stuff that you're going through?
I think especially for me, and you know this, I am such a person of order, of routine. I have great joy in that. And it is a gift that the Lord has given me to be organized. But the enemy can use any one of our gifts and kind of twist it. So, in a good thing, it's turned into a bad thing when if I'm not in a comfortable situation, if things aren't in order the way I'm used to, then I feel so out of whack. I have no peace, I have no comfort, and I can easily spiral. So that's when it can turn into something bad. So I think in this season, the Lord has been highlighting that part of me to say, okay, yes, we know you like order, you like routine, but you need to figure out how to not let any little thing rob my peace and to truly put all of my faith, my trust, and everything, and just lean into the Lord.
Yeah.
So it's been a huge test for me, because I would say, you can agree with me or not, but in the beginning it was definitely hard, because any little thing would just cause me to just like break down.
Yeah.
One bad like trip to the store where I couldn't find something, like I ended up in tears. But I think now I'm trying just to let it flow and be like, okay, Lord, I'm a little upset by this, but I know you have me here for a reason. I know you're pruning me in this. And I think the other thing he's been doing has been increasing my dependence on him, because he's the only person I really have. And sometimes I've been feeling lonely, like if we're out and about or when we're at church. It's in Croatian. I don't understand a single thing for an hour. For an hour, I'm hearing something that means nothing to me. So in the beginning, it was hard, but now I'm like, okay, I'm going to use these times when I feel lonely, when I feel like I don't belong. I'm just going to press into you more, Lord. I can use it as an extended prayer time. Hey, Lord, what's going on? How are you? Blah, blah, blah. And just being more in tune with him and abiding with him, even through like the day-to-day task when I do feel alone.
Yeah. Yeah. When I think about also what the Lord has been doing with this uncomfortableness of living in a new country and living abroad, you, as you said, were so independent before. Now you have to be so much more dependent on him, but also on me, which is actually the Lord is using that to teach us the family dynamics.
For sure.
And I can see I feel so much more responsibility as a husband and as a man to take care of you, which is, I'm kind of forced in a way, air quotes, to do that, which is good, because I am being forced to like stand up and to get into my role of protecting you, of taking care of you, and doing all of those things.
That's so true. And we did say that in the beginning, how, Jehovah Sneaky, he's using this time, which is not a coincidence. It's literally the first year of our marriage, and he's setting those foundations because we don't have another choice.
Yeah. You want to talk about that? Like when you walk on a working day, a working hour downtown in Croatia.
There's all these people in these coffee shops outside smoking. Everybody smokes here, which is, again, so different from the States. And they're just puffing their cigar, drinking their espresso. And I'm like, do people work here?
That's working,
Even when we were dating, we were long distancing. And I was back in the States, you were here. Every single day, I swear, you were like, oh yeah, so today I'm going to go to work. I'm grabbing coffee with so-and-so at lunch. And then after work, I'm grabbing coffee with so-and-so. Yeah. I'm like, how many coffee shops are there, A? And how much coffee can one person drink in a day? But now that I'm here, I love that part of the culture. Because like you said, it is about community. If you go to a coffee shop in the States, first of all, depending on where you live, you're not going to find a lot of coffee shops aside from Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks.
Yeah.
You're not going to find a lot. If you do, they close at 3 p.m. If it's a specialty coffee shop, they close at 3 p.m. Yeah. And if you do go to a coffee shop, people are there either grabbing their coffee and leaving, or the majority of people are there with their headphones working on their laptops.
Yes.
Okay, it is a different culture. Here,
tell us about here.
I don't even think I've seen one single person with a laptop other than myself here in Croatia. Everyone is here again, smoking their cigars, they're
talking,
chatting,
laughing, eating their lunch in a coffee shop, just taking their break, enjoying life and the sun, being outside.
Yeah. I love that. So that's a part of the culture that I enjoy because, again, it is about enjoying your life.
Yeah.
In the States, we're just work, work, work. On the weekends in the States, because you're working so much from Monday through Friday, by the time the weekend comes, you have to spend half of your time on the weekend preparing for the week. You have to go grocery shopping. You have to, excuse me, you have to meal prep. You have to go get stuff from Target. Before you know it, the weekend is over and you didn't do a single fun thing. At least that was my experience in the States. It was just go, go, go. Yeah. Here, we're just like, let's go get coffee. Sit at the coffee shop for 2 hours. Who cares, right?
Yeah. Would you say that that's one of the things that you like most about Croatia?
Yeah. It's the what's the word? I'm like lost for words today.
You're doing great.
Thanks, honey.
I didn't notice.
It's more of like it's about like the corporate gathering more than it is like an individualistic approach in the States. Here, again, it's about the family, it's about the friends, it's about doing things together, experiencing things together, having good food together. The food culture is so fun here. People enjoy food. It's fresh. It's delicious. It's
Soups.
when you break bread with someone here, it's like an act of love. Like when we go over to your parents and your mom cooks something, it's like we're sharing something special together.
Yeah.
And it's
Love that.
it's beautiful because again, things are so rushed in the States. Most families don't even eat dinner together at a dinner table. Whereas here it's just it's ingrained in the culture. So that's been a really nice part, is having that sense of family and community, because people appreciate it here and they make time for it.
Yeah.